First video.
First video.
Sweet.
Cool.
Well, I'm Andrew.
I'm Hannah.
We are the Beige Barn. We've been wanting to do a YouTube channel reaction channel for quite a while.
Yeah.
And figured there'd be no better album to start with than Ethel Cain's Willoughby Tucker, I Will Always Love You.
Yeah, probably one of the most exciting albums that I have been waiting for. Oh my god, it feels like forever. Willoughby Tucker is, as you know, B-sides. So in the lore and in the world of Ethel Cain, everybody knows where her story picks up in Preacher's Daughter. A little bit about her childhood, but mainly about her leaving her small town. And this is supposed to be a lot of the demos that the fandom has really been, I don't know, I think pining after for a long time. So some of these songs I think I will be familiar with, as well as the ones that have already been released. But a lot of these I'm excited. I don't know what to expect. I just know it's probably going to be emotional.
It's going to be emotional.
It's going to be pretty emotional.
Tears.
This is Janie. Janie, if you don't know, Janie is Ethel's best friend in high school. Okay. There's been little, again, breadcrumbs. She loves, loves to just make us go on a little like treasure hunt, and I love that. And so I'm excited to see what this kind of story is to be told, especially opening up the album with it, what tone this is going to set for the rest of it. So yeah, Willoughby Tucker, I'll Always Love You by Ethel Cain.
Shake just by nature, easy to hate, easy to blame. Shoot me down, come on, hurt me.
So pretty.
Harmonies are always on point.
And this like grungy, like a 90s kind of like vibe to it.
Very somber.
Oh, she's so fucking pretty.
It's not looking good, but did it ever? Low stakes.
soft, brother. Already. Already. Okay, so that is from the perspective of Ethel or from the perspective of Janie?
I think it's the perspective of Ethel, from what I can tell.
Did Willoughby and Janie maybe have a thing?
I think this is a story about her best friend Jamie and Willoughby ending up together.
Yeah. Oh, because Willoughby is House Nebraska.
Yes.
Willoughby is who she's referencing in House Nebraska.
Yeah, so it's essentially like her first love.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And she did something to hurt Willoughby, is the understanding.
I don't think she did something. We don't know exactly like what the storyline is.
Yeah.
Obviously, from the context of some of the songs that we've already heard off this album, they were together. The background that I can remember right now is that they like grew up together. They were in this very small town. Whether they like went to church together, they were neighbors. I think that's been said sometimes, and they ended up falling in love. And there was kind of like this disruption in that love. Either one of them pulled back first and then the other one followed, or something changed in Willoughby and then that caused Ethel to experience like immense anxiety.
Yeah.
I think the way that I could probably interpret it is her home life being so broken that Willoughby was like her ticket.
Mm.
And when that was dissolved, it seems as though the loss of what could have been is almost like worse than the idea of actually losing him.
Mm.
Which I don't know. I'm sure it's going to tell us.
Yeah.
But Janie being her best friend, essentially ending up with Willoughby and her being like, dude, she was like my friend though. Like, why would you guys like? I was not expecting that.
Mm.
And it looks like there's some stuff on Genius about the lyrics. So, hold me, smell a mildew. Let's go from the top, yeah?
Yeah.
Hold me, smell a mildew. Obviously, it seems as though this is painting the picture, and she's so good at doing her storytelling in this way. And another reason why I just like to add on to the belt of why I love her is she just immediately comes out the gate and just paints like the atmosphere of the song so perfectly. And so just by the way her like voice is very drawn out and kind of like obviously exhausted, she just sounds like devastated, right? I could imagine her in just like a very like damp, sad room. Maybe
Isn't it the House in Nebraska? Wasn't it
potentially. I mean, it could be her in the house, maybe reminiscing on things or thinking about it, or like kind of going through like the lows of finding out about like him and Janie, or sitting on that of like him and Janie and being like, wow, I really lost him and I'm never gonna get him back now. Like, we might have had issues, but like now you're with my best friend, and not only did I lose my partner, like I also lost my best friend, which is like,
and then where did Ethel and Janie part ways?
yeah, like where,
right?
What was that situation for them, for her to maybe realize like, oh, they're a better fit for each other, but obviously it makes me sad. I don't know. Oh, she's verified some of this stuff. Okay, so what does it say?
So Ethel's story begins the summer she turned 16 when her best friend gets a boyfriend. As Janie, as her best friend gets a boyfriend.
Oh, so it's not Willoughby.
So Janie had...
I was so nervous.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god. I was about to be like, girl, how do you open up this album with the most devastating...
Because it's like, I'll always love you, I'll always love you. So I'm like, Willoughby Tucker, I'll always love you.
I know. Maybe then not every single song is just all about Willoughby. There can be other characters.
So as Janie is Ethel's only real friend, she fears this marks the end of their relationship as she knows it, where Ethel had her best friend all to herself. Her insecurities lead her to provocation, claiming Jamie should just rip the Band-Aid off and be done with Ethel.
Okay, so like,
so
you
Ethel
were my
projects
best friend.
her insecurities onto the fact that you're not hanging out with me anymore.
Yeah, you're not my best friend, so you know what, like, screw you, I'm just gonna like do it for us. Like, I'm just gonna be like, alright, well then I guess the friendship's over. Okay.
Oh man. Or all the yellow ones. Okay, cool, so all the yellow ones on Genius are verified. And then please don't leave me, I'll always need more. Please leave open your most quiet door, which I love that motif.
She's so good.
But
beautiful.
Always leave it cracked open so we can rekindle. On the flip side, in private, Ethel mourns the changing of their dynamic. She begs Janie to leave some small part of her life available, as Ethel will always need her best friend no matter what.
The way that she sounds, which, let's just say beautiful, this is the prettiest she's ever sounded.
Oh yeah.
Her vocals are insane on this
Mhm,
album. Already alone with Nettles and Fuck Me Eyes is just like a different level
Different
to
level.
her now,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
is she's feeding
We're
she's feeding
We're
us.
eating, dude.
And Willoughby's theme being the next song coming up, I'm very curious because Hayden has spoken about one of my very favorite TV shows that she discovered while she was writing this, which is Twin Peaks.
Mm-mm. Banger.
I'm guaranteeing that it's probably going to be something that is a nod to Twin Peaks and perhaps sound like it, so I'm very excited.
Cute. Let's keep it
So this
going.
is Willoughby's theme, no lyrics, right? Just instrumental?
Just instrumental.
Oh,
Let's check it out.
give it to me, girl.
It's already kind of getting Twin Peaks with the
A little
just
bit.
the piano. I'm trying to figure out this part of the piano that in the back.
Kind of sounds like things flying behind you or flying by you very quickly. Oh. I love her. Sounds very like
Big
tortured.
perverts.
Very
Big perverts energy right here.
But like tortured, like turning around and like in a cycle of just like chaos and them arguing and like things in slow motion and like embracing and this is gonna be beautiful live. Only my girl can do a 4-minute and 44-second instrumental song and tell an entire fucking story.
Her and Mr. Tomasi, when they get together, I think they get together for a long time, platonically.
Yeah.
When they get together, what they produce sonically,
It's just beautiful.
it's so wonderful. And actually, I remember that's the track that she referenced. Saw somebody post on Instagram that when they wrote Willoughby's theme, that actually inspired all of Perverts, and that also
Yeah.
inspired her. Like she wrote Willoughby's theme, and then immediately drew out the like the Divine Theater
Oh,
and the Circle
yeah.
and like her under the pull drone, all of
Yeah.
that. This inspired her for all of that.
Which is so interesting because towards the end of it, when I just kind of like let the song take me, there was kind of this like, obviously anybody that is familiar and has seen that video, and hopefully somebody has saved it somewhere, re-uploaded it because it is a beautiful video, and I know that she does not have her YouTube videos up anymore, but it is a...
She took that one down too.
She did. I'm almost positive, but I know. Believe me, I've already cried about it. It is a...
Coming for y'all.
It is a beautiful way to describe what I've always struggled to put into words of, you know, how like I chase these moments that just like cause you to like come to a point where you're either looking at something pretty or you're like in a moment, you're like, you know, laughing with a friend and you catch yourself or something that's just like, wow, like I'm so happy to be alive and experience this moment.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of people that have grown up struggling with their placement on this earth have hopefully experienced that at least once and maybe reflected on that of being like, well, you know, it's not all bad. But the way that she was able to describe this journey that music or extracurricular activities or like things like that can make you get to this kind of like space and then gently drop you down. There was a part in the song that I kind of like started to sway back and forth, and it almost made me not necessarily like nauseous, but there was that like repetitive thing. There's a few songs on Perverts that like absolutely, if I listen to them with headphones on, like I will get nauseous.
Mm-hmm.
Like I will
Like
start to turn around.
Kind of.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
In this as well. The imagery that I had come over is obviously very tender and loving in the beginning, and then there's just like this like obviously with the guitar coming in, just like this heaviness and this like sense of like despair, and perhaps there could be like in a movie like slow motion like flickers of them like arguing.
I need her to score a movie, dude.
Well, that's her end goal. She's like, hey, I like doing music, but ideally, like, I want to make a movie. She's almost
So
making music to be able to get into a place to be able to make. And I know that she would write all of the music for it, which I would hope.
Yeah.
But it was like images of like things flashing by or being caught up in like screaming at each other and then embracing each other, and then just kind of like this despair, and like towards the end of it you're almost like so dizzy, and the sense of I'm caught up in this person or this person is around me, and at the end of it I like come back to either I go back to my room by myself, or you know I go to like a quiet space and I'm just like I don't even know what's happening anymore. Like you're just so removed from yourself. And I think everybody that's been in love with somebody that maybe wasn't a fully healed person themselves has the ability to kind of not necessarily make you feel crazy, yes, in some ways, but also just kind of make you say like, what the hell is even happening? Like, what is that? Like, what
the hell is even that? You know?
Exactly. And so I think Willoughby is also a very tortured person, it sounds like.
I think for me, there's like, it's got this big drone-y, almost circular kind of thing happening with the really low guitars, but the juxtaposition of the very high piano harmony
and her vocals just kind of like
is a glimmering like a hope in the darkness kind of situation. It's like even though it feels very despair, there's something pulling me to continue to move forward is what kind of came through to me.
I loved Perverts. Like I still put on Perverts to this day. I know it was very controversial for the fandom, and I think I can identify with Perverts because it sounds like a lot of very like early Hayden, a lot of things that I think maybe she was experimenting with in the very beginning of trying to find her sound. And she's always been into drone music, and I think it was beautiful to see her really dip her toes into that. As somebody that never made drone music before, to come out with an entire drone album is like, what a flex. That's kind of crazy, especially kind of in between these two albums as well. And I was devastated at the idea of not being able to see Perverts live, because I love, well, okay, let me take that back. We did get to see Amber Waves when we saw her in Amsterdam.
Sure.
So I did get the pleasure of seeing
Amber
that.
Waves.
but I don't even know how you would experience a full drone album. The only thing that I could think of is all of us just like piling into a church somewhere, like a very old abandoned church, and we all just like lay on the floor as she's like in the center of it.
Yeah,
and we just
barely
experience.
lit too.
Yeah,
You know
very
what I mean?
dark. She's just like
If it's bright, I'm out.
her.
Because why?
Yeah,
Yeah.
her and her, you know, hurdy-gurdy.
Hurdy-gurdy.
Just fucking
Turn
going
butter.
at it, dude, for 20 minutes longer, you know, than the song even has it.
Yeah.
And so I'm very excited at the idea of being able to see this live, because I think it'll kind of give me a little bit of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, beautiful. Again, amazing. I already feel very biased to this because I know that every single song I'm going to end up loving.
Every
and
song.
it's going to be
Yeah.
fantastic, and the more that I dive into it, but it's still beautiful.
We're Daughters of Cain in this house.
Yeah.
You know? So
Yeah.
we already know we're going to love it. It's
Exactly.
just talking about how much we love it is what we're going to do.
Okay, so 2 back-to-back songs that have already come out.
Back-to-back singles.
And yeah, I mean, we could jump into it and then we'll talk about it after. This is Fuck Me Eyes, which, I mean, speaks to my... I mean. So fun.
I heard she really gets around town. Do you know about that?
Stop.
She really gets around town in her own Cadillac. In her mom's jeans that she cut to really show off her ass. She's got her makeup done and her high heels on. She's got her hair up to God. She's gonna get what she wants. Her nails are heartbreak red 'cause she's a bad motherfucker. And all the boys wanna have her when she bets her fuck me eyes.
Such a banger. So good.
I know. She's so wild for this.
She goes to church, straight from the clubs. They say she looks just like her mama. Before the drugs, she just laughs and says, I know. She really taught me well. She's no good at raising children, but she's good at raising hell. Her daddy keeps her in a box, but it's no good. The boys can't get enough of her and her honey. Fuck me eyes.
That low run so good.
She sounds so good in this song. It's insane. The like 80s synth is exactly what I needed.
She's just along for the ride. She's scared of nothing but the passenger side of some old man's truck in a dark parking lot.
Headphones all the way up? Are the headphones all the way up?
They wanna take her out, but no one ever wants to take her home.
Which, the first time hearing this lyric, nobody ever wants to take her home, gutted. Immediate
Correct.
ugly tear. I was
Correct.
not prepared.
Yeah.
I was clocked in.
And immediately
Just,
emotionally clocked out.
3 years undefeated as Miss Holiday and posted outside the liquor store 'cause she's too young to get it. They ask her why she talks so long. What'd she do with all that money? Boy, if you're not scared of Jesus, fuck around and come find out. She's got the radio and blasting with her big black smile. Pretty baby with the miles. And when she leaves, they never see her wife and her fuck me eyes. She's just along for the ride. She's scared of nothing but the passenger side of some old man.
you know what this song makes me want to dance like? You know the meme of, God, I forgot his name, the character from Bob's Burgers, and he's just,
Yeah. True.
this note she hits is insane. Mamas, take us to church, baby.
With that high synth background.
Insane.
She's just trying to figure it out.
Okay, so first of all, beautiful song.
Beautiful gowns.
I did not know that I needed like this like 80s synth revival. Like she always gives us exactly what we didn't know we needed, I fear. And also playing into instruments that you would not expect her to play.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you look at Preacher's Daughter, you never expect her to like go in this direction, but like how beautiful that it still sounds so iconically hated for it to be that way. Are you reading? Okay, yeah, read some of the lyrics that goes
Oh,
through.
Holly. You got it right.
Oh, it is Holly, yeah.
So Ethel finds tension. This is on the She Goes to Church straight from the clubs.
Mm-hmm.
They say she looks just like her mama before the drugs. Ethel finds tension between the two faces that her classmates Holly Reddick presents day and night. From the club, letting loose around boys, then to church with the rest of their community. There's a twinge of jealousy or judgment, how these parallels are drawn by Ethel. So clubs are often seen as hotbeds of sinful activity by many Christians, especially the Protestant Christian denomination. And Ethel seems to pick apart the dichotomy of Holly's public identity. And later in the bridge, she further elaborates on the insecurity she feels watching Holly. I'll never blame her for trying to make it, but I'll never be the kind of angel he would see. Ethel fears that Willoughby will never love her because she sees how most men flock to Holly's sex appeal and assume that Willoughby will follow suit and will be uninterested in Ethel because the differences between the two.
So again, leaning back to like Ethel's insecurity, and it doesn't even necessarily mean that Holly and Willoughby even had some. I mean, they could have a class together or something, and they could just be friendly with each other. But it feels like Ethel is very hyper aware that her and Willoughby's relationship is so delicate that even the threat of another girl in that space could automatically make him sway and leave, which just obviously goes into Ethel's just very deep-seated insecurity.
Yeah.
You
Same
know?
thing that came up with Janie.
Yeah, same thing with Janie. Like, it just feels as though Ethel is, I would perceive her to maybe not be the most popular girl.
Yeah.
Maybe she's kind of a loner of sorts. You know, it seems like in Janie's song there was a thing talking about how Janie's like her only friend.
Yeah. She's very alone outside of Janie in that.
Yeah, and also being in the church and whatever might happen that comes with that, being, you know, the daughter of the pastor and kind of like the roles that go into that. I think a lot of people that grow up in a religious upbringing, whether that be like Christianity, Mormonism, whatever have you, some high demand religion, I don't think they realize how much judgment goes along with that, because the entire church is run by judgment. You know, like there's this internal monologue of shame that you feel that like keeps you in line, right? By like God's teaching of like, oh, he's always watching, or you know, he knows what's going on no matter what, like you're never alone. And so you kind of have this like I don't even know what to call it, but you always feel like there's like a camera on you, right? Like you're never really, you're just always being watched or always being perceived. And then there is this other aspect of it of, you know, God forbid, somebody that you go to Sunday with sees you outside of church. Are you conducting yourself in that way? And very much so for the younger kids kind of growing up in the church, they're, especially in a small town. I mean, we grew up in Vegas, so I think it was quite large to where the kids that I went to Sunday school with, I did not see at my high school. Like we weren't close enough in proximity. So if I had friends outside of that, maybe I could go and do some scandalousness on the side. Yeah, and do whatever, you know? And
which is wild too, because only God can judge you, I thought. You know what I mean? So for the whole congregation,
right.
you get it.
And again, beautiful storytelling of just like immediately painting the picture, immediately painting the tone. When the song started the first time that I heard it, the first thing, I mean, obviously as the song's developing and the lyrics are going through, it just sounded like a dark neon sign reflecting off of like a gas station asphalt ground that has like some water on it that you can like see the reflection of the neon sign like kind of bouncing off. Which then I think paints the picture of the song obviously as well about like being Miss Holiday Inn, which honestly, the way that I will go and get a tattoo for that
baller line.
And I worry about Holly girl. Poor Holly, you know, maybe she's from like a rough life, and maybe she's just also trying to escape in the same way. And like how devastating that Ethel would disservice herself from being able to maybe connect with Holly, of understanding each other on a deeper level. Like maybe Holly had like a really terrible childhood as well, and if she is going out and doing these things, maybe making a quick buck or just to feel something or whatever. I think we all found extracurricular activities at a young age just to like feel something.
Not in Vegas.
Not in Vegas.
Not in Vegas.
No, not at 15. No, not with
No
Big
way,
Eddie.
Barb.
No, I would never do that.
Would never.
Officer, it wasn't me. But what like a terrible like disservice to her being like so insecure that she's disservicing. I keep saying disservicing, but like you know what I'm trying to say. Like what a terrible thing for her not to be able to connect with Holly and maybe them share in that like loneliness with each other, because I think about like as somebody that probably was Holly, no surprise where I ended up, even being very much so in...
Fuck me eyes. Fuck me eyes over here.
Stop.
Okay, cool. Let's go on to Nettles.
This song's gonna gut me again.
I
Nettles, arguably, I will say before we start, Nettles was, before it was released on this album, which it was the first single released, kind of a little teaser for this a few months back. Nettles is one of my all-time favorite Ethel Cain songs.
I think it's my favorite of her demos.
I think it's just my all-time favorite song of hers, hands down, forever.
Oh, it is your favorite song.
My favorite song of
yeah.
hers. And so to see that she was going to release it was just like so beautiful.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I probably listened to that 2-minute demo. I am to blame for 10,000 plays on that demo just alone. And so to see her transform the song into something more beautiful than I ever thought it could be. I mean, I cry every single time I listen to it.
100%.
It's insane. So
100%.
it's a beautiful song. Track number 4, Nettles. The fact that this is also an 8-minute song is crazy, because it does not feel like that.
It does not feel like that at all.
It's a full, beautiful, romantic journey. Like the violin come in and it makes me feel of like laying in like the warm sun and like the summertime with somebody.
I'm just sliding guitar.
It's just like very soft and delicate and innocent. It just feels like summer, like the middle of summer break. How do you get that guitar sound? That's like my favorite guitar sound. Is that just a type of guitar?
Type of guitar definitely helps, but an amp setting, a pedal for it. But primarily there's a little glass thing that you put on your finger,
Yeah.
and that the glass against the metal is what kind of gives it that soft.
And I also thank God for her giving us just a little bit of like some country. I've been begging for it.
Yesterday through the day till tomorrow. But when the plant blew up, a piece of shrapnel flew and slowed that part of you the doctors gave you until the end of the night. But not till daylight, not till daylight. Time passes slow in the flicker of the hospital light. I pray the race is worth the fight. Made a fool of myself down on Tennessee Street. It wasn't pretty like the movies. It was ugly like what they all did to me. And they did to me what I wouldn't do to anyone. You know
Such a good line.
that's for sure.
Arguably, I think my favorite line
Such a
she's
good
ever
line.
written.
Tell me all the time.
way the bass comes in right there just makes it so full.
The song live is gonna gut me like Sun Bleach Flies, which I did not think would gut me live, but made me cry every single time I heard it. This is, I'm sure, going to wreck my life. How high that is that she hits, that's insane.
Falsetto's so great.
And then this part. I don't know how she hits that note.
The melody also right here, going with the... just rides up on it so
well. Oof.
This is such a
I
great
get
songwriting.
goosebumps every single time.
This is incredible songwriting.
I hate her.
848th time listening to this song. Still cries. Every time. Truly incredible songwriting. Right? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about. Say less.
For her to take like one of my favorite songs and give me like like, I think, you know, when we listen to music, there you could probably listen to a song and be like, oh, she's gonna love this. Because there's just certain sounds and tones of guitars and, like, certain things that happen within the song that I'm, like, immediately drawn to. They always tend to be, like, my favorite song off the album or something that becomes, like, in my rotation. And so for her to take my favorite song... For her to take my favorite song, excuse me, and then give me every single fucking thing that I love in a song, all wrapped in one. It's the gift. If this is your first experience listening to the song, I'm praying that you also grab some tissues, because if that did not make you cry, girl,
Before you even get into the lyrics, though, from a songwriting perspective, the use of, I love the use of bass in that song.
Yeah.
Because the first half and then the second, there's a part in the middle where it drops out and there's no bass and it's very banjo. And it's very country, right, when the second verse starts. And I love when artists play with that very, like, high treble, and to bring the bass back, and it just helps to really punctuate songs well, and takes you on a journey through a song. So it's very, the first verse is very different than the second verse, is very different than the chorus. The second chorus is very different than the first chorus.
She's so good at that. She's so good at making these songs, because again, it's an 8-minute song. It does not feel like an 8-minute song.
It does not feel like an 8-minute song.
And it really does.
That's a talent in and of itself.
Yeah.
To take a really long runtime for a song, and you don't get wrapped up in how long the song is because you're just transported away to something, like somewhere else. That is the mark of, like, a true artist.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people will look at, when they first looked at Preacher's Daughter and they look at some of, you know, the runtimes, like Thoroughfare, for example, and they're like, oh, I don't
get the time span for that.
I don't know how I'm going to get through that, you know, like, how is this
going to TikToks to watch.
How is this going to keep my attention? And then by the end of the song, you're kind of just like, oh, is it done? Is it over yet? You know, and after Perverts came out, and you truly, I mean, I don't feel like some of those songs are as long as they are.
Transported away.
Yeah, it's beautiful, and you're not existing on this plane. And for the theme of being like a nettle, for Ethel feeling as if she is difficult to endure, she's difficult to deal with.
Love.
She's painful to love, and it is this thing of, like, just wanting love so desperately, but just feeling so insecure that, like, the love is not able to breathe and exist. And I think a lot of people that maybe grew up with a lot of trauma, there's a sense of hypervigilance that you create in relationships where, you know, everything's going great and everything's good, but, like, you're so used to something happening that doesn't work out in your favor that if anything starts to kind of feel like that, you create this, like, non-existent anxiety around it. And it feels as though maybe whether it be Ethel pulling away from Willoughby first or whatever happened have you in that sequence of events, there feels like a time where Willoughby is probably just, like, exhausted by Ethel's, like, lack of confidence in herself and, like, maybe needing to tend to her all the time. And in a world, those people just need to find their person that will, like, continuously, like, pour into them and, like, pour over them with love. But I don't think you're probably able to, like, come to that conclusion at 16 in, like, a small town relationship, you know, before you even know, like, what the hell is going on. And he's probably just trying to, like, figure himself out and his life out. And, you know, you have this very troubled person that you obviously feel things for, but Ethel obviously is self-sabotaging in a lot of ways with a lot of her relationships, obviously with Janie being one and now Willoughby again. And I think one of the most fantastic things that she has ever written in any song I've ever heard from her, and she's got a lot of bangers, but go ahead, you can...
Made a fool of myself down on Tennessee Street. It wasn't pretty like the movies. It was ugly like what they all did to me. And they did to me what I wouldn't do to anyone.
That's gut-wrenching. That is
the implications of what that could mean also, because that's not really, that's kind of up in the air as far as what they did to her. It could be mocking her. It could be making her feel othered, in the way that like other people have made me feel so isolated. I would never make anyone else feel that way.
Yeah, really understanding the perspective of, you know, what I assume this to be is like obviously something happened with Willoughby, and everybody is quite aware of Ethel's love for Willoughby, and there being a part of her in this very devastating moment in her life, this very fragile part of herself, where maybe like she wouldn't really care if somebody made a jokingly comment at her or something like that out in public. You know, I think Tennessee Street is a nod to her growing up in Florida. And so this being maybe one of the main roads that she personally spent a lot of time on, you know, maybe there's like an ice cream shop or something, and she's just like walking down the street, and there's just, you know, the shitty kids from school that want to poke fun at her and say something, and this is where she really like loses it, and she realizes after that like how embarrassing that was for her to do, how embarrassing that might be for Willoughby, like kind of the circulation of the story around a very small town travels very quickly. And so I'm sure there's a lot of regret that she feels by the way that she acted out, but again, probably justified, right? Like, it doesn't really seem like Ethel's the type that's acting out for no reason and just kind of being like mean and violent. It feels like there's a sense of provoking her to that place and really having this just deep sense of regret of, why would I do that? But like also I would never do that to somebody, so why the fuck would you do that to me? Like just really grappling with that. And that's heartbreaking. That's so terrible for her to think about her just being so sad in this moment and not having anybody and probably being by herself, or, you know, just really making a fool of herself in whatever capacity that might look like.
Willoughby's Interlude.
Another instrumental.
Instrumental. Something like the recording of In Perverts, where they were talking about the guy that wanted to kill himself.
That was a sermon that she found just on a recording.
Yeah.
I think it said, "What do you want, darling?" This live, like, I hope she like opens up the entire show with this or something. You could have put this on Perverts and I would have never known any other
100%.
way.
Yeah.
was almost like a like war, like.
Tones
Hold
happening
it
at the same
down.
time.
The distorted, almost like a TV glitching.
Sounds feel conflicted.
Feels conflicted and almost as if like what I would imagine like Willoughby leaving, and then towards the end of it, like there's this like back and forth pull, and Willoughby's going off and kind of doing his own thing, and then there's towards the end of just Ethel just sitting there in front of like the TV, just like zoning out, just like numb, like she doesn't feel anything. There's just like nothing to her anymore. Just like the TV is glitching, she's glitching through life, like nothing really matters anymore. Like it's just it feels like a loss, like complete done.
Yeah.
That's so sad.
Feels very perfect.
It,
Feels
that
very Paul Drone
very
inspired.
very perverts, and the weird distorted piano
Yeah,
that comes in.
I'd be interested to listen to Willoughby's theme and then the interlude back to back.
I want to see if there's anything on Genius at all about that gives us anything. No, it just goes right into Dustfall. I think this is probably where she also wants us to just kind of like feel it, interpret it in a different way that might resonate with us. And I don't know if this song also is playing in chronological order as Preacher's Daughter does. I'm curious. It feels as though, perhaps. I mean, I would assume so. I would hope so.
Yeah.
But Dustfall being the next song up, I know what Dustfall is about.
I don't know anything about Dust Bowl.
Oh well, it's fantastic. It's great. Well, you saw her play it live, but I don't think you were really like.
Yeah, I was experiencing
You
it.
were-
I don't
yeah.
remember lyrics or anything like that. So let's get into it. Is the demo version of this song?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh.
Oh, there's so much more bass to it now.
I do know this song.
Pretty boy, natural blood stained blonde, with the holes in his sneakers, and his eyes all over me,
She sounds so pretty.
driving, slash or flick again, feeling me up as a porn star does. He's watching me instead. 8th grade death pack strike me dead. I love Alabama, laid out in front of your eyes. But all you could see was me. You walked in, you were singing. You tried to wait in 'cause you wanted just to tell me who you were.
Her melody is coming in. Oh my god, I could die.
You were kind, done to tell me. You wait if I have to make
Special guest appearance.
Huh?
Nacho Kitty.
The little mouse. Oh my god. She really said this one's for you guys.
Pretty boy, scared of the rain, but God. Under the row of your violence, with your eyes all over me.
Oh my god, she sounds so good.
Watching, hoping the wind blows slowly, so I can keep you a moment. Grew apart, fell off harder. Cooking up brain smoking that shit your daddy smoked in Vietnam. You'll be a writer if he doesn't leave all this love for you. Saying if you could, you'd leave it. Thinking of you, fucking other pretty boy, consumed by death, with the holes in his sneaker,
Oh, the harmony.
and his eyes all over me, over me, over me, over me, over me, over me, over me,
Love her.
Mm.
Beautiful. The way that she was able to redo that.
Yeah.
Well, not redo it, but refine it.
Yeah.
There's so many more layers and harmonies and depth. I mean, when the second part comes in with the guitar and it's just like super heavy and it like shakes,
Yeah.
that is very original Dust Bowl, but
Gotcha.
it just feels so much like intense and heavier now.
Yeah, that really got me.
Yeah, and the part where she said, tend the row of your violets, her voice in that moment, honestly, I will probably play that part back 5 million times over again.
Yeah.
Because that was, these high notes that she's hitting is fucking insane to me. Like, it's absolutely crazy to me. I don't know how she's doing it, but I love her for it. So if you scroll down to some of the other, like, lower,
Mm-hmm.
where she's talking about you'll be a writer, I think it's a little bit lower.
Of
Yeah,
course.
you'll be a writer if you didn't leave all this hell for you. I think this is probably speaking about Willoughby's relationship with his family and
Yeah,
probably
with
his
his dad.
dad. And I think there's probably, you know, with themes in Nettles of Willoughby probably needing to, like, grow up and, like, figure out what he's doing with his life and, like, not really wanting to follow the path that he's expected to go down. But there's, like, this sense of resistance, or I need to do this anyways. Like, it doesn't really fucking matter what I want. Like, I just need to do the thing. So either do the thing to get out or do the thing to please my parents. And so, again, this is her just displaying that Willoughby probably is just, like, this internal struggle that she can feel of you want, like, so much out of this life and you're probably just gonna, like, settle for something super fucking mediocre.
Yeah.
And your parents have left you with this, like, shit pile to deal with. Either that be emotionally or maybe picking up on, like, family business or something of the sort. Like, these expectations that your parents set for you of who you are going to be before you're even able to do that thing. And I'm assuming too, I don't know, most parents back in, I think, the 80s when this was taking place, like, being a writer was, like, not a possibility. Being an artist was not something that was, like, possible for that. It's like you go to college or you get a job or you do blue collar work and, like, that's it. You know, being a writer is, you're gonna be poor and that's not possible. Just kind of shooting down those dreams. But
Yeah.
she speaks about him in, like, such a beautiful way too, calling him, like, a pretty boy. You know, like, whether Willoughby Tucker is conventionally attractive or just, like, a pretty boy to her, kind of in the same sweet tender way of, like, saying like my prince or like my boy, like, a thing. She obviously, like, really loves him.
Yeah.
And
he loves her. That's in this here. I knew it was love when I wrote home crying, thinking of you fucking other girls. But when you said that you're in love, I never wondered if you're sure.
yeah.
So, like, I never had to be like, oh, I don't know if you really do mean that. It's that she took him at his word because she could feel that from him.
Yeah.
And then I wonder too if the pretty boy consumed by death, if that is if we consider it to be chronological, then post Nettles, if that is a physical representation of the shrapnel, then like having that traumatic incident and then potentially being so close to death and that changing him, or if it is something like you'd be a writer if you didn't leave all this hell for you, saying if you could, you leave it all. And so that may be like emotional trauma that his dad has imparted on him that is then leading to suicidal thoughts.
Yeah,
And
I lean into that because there's, in Nettles, it kind of speaks to there being, like, this shift in Willoughby, and there's like this emotional instability that he starts to present. And so I wonder if that's just kind of speaking, I don't know, maybe to the experience of, like, being young and not really, like, facing these, like, heavier emotions. And then as you tend to get older into, you know, high school, 16, 17, older ages, there's just, like, this sense of, like, melancholy that takes over that just kind of, like, drains you of everything. You know, you were once this bright, vibrant, beautiful person, and now you're just like just dreadful all the time. And I'm sure if there was something that was, like, a physical accident that happened, there could be an additional part of it of just, like, okay, well, where is my life? Like, what am I doing? What is the purpose of all of this? If I'm, you know, 18, 17 years old and I'm already, like, fucked from the start, like, what is the purpose of me, like, continuing? And that must be very difficult for Ethel to be dealing with her own individual sense of self, but also trying to, like, cater to this boy that she loves so much, and maybe he's just, like, not, like, into it. Like, he's just, like, he can't give anything back. Not that he doesn't want to, but emotionally, like, he's just not open and there for her. Like, he just doesn't even have the capacity of it.
Next one up, track 7, A Knock at the Door.
This reminds me of one of my favorite David Bazan songs, Wolves at the Door, which I akin my love for Ethel in the same way that I love David Bazan. So I love that there's a little bit of likeness to this.
Cute. already love the progression.
Staying in the state pen. Fill you with both your fists.
What is she doing?
Scared of my door.
Oh, she sounds so baby.
Everything I love, I've left it straight to death. So I'm still scared of letting love go.
She's doing, I think, their voice to where she sounds young.
She sounds so baby.
Yeah.
It's so pretty. I've never heard her sing like this.
No one should ever see their friend. They've known since they were just kids. From up and lighted on the floor. You never need to call my name. Though I love it all the same. I know you, but you're not going door. I know you, but your footsteps on the floor.
That was so pretty. Again, like the sliding on the guitar being one of my favorite sounds ever. Sounds like she would be in a room performing this with just like the spotlight on her and then everything else just very dark. She's just kind of very hands tucked behind her back, just like very innocent and vulnerable and gorgeous.
Beautiful.
Again,
Beautiful.
let's actually go and read through some of her artist notes on these. So just based off of the title alone, I interpret the knock at the door to obviously be death or like whenever death's knocking at your door, like things of that nature. But knowing Hayden, I don't think she would make it that easy.
I think it's, I figured contextually it was his dad, and I think so.
Oh, okay.
So the first line, Satan's in the state pen. You're here with both of your fists, and you're not scared of no knock on the door. So although the Satan referenced here isn't directly called out by their actual name, it can be insinuated that it's Willoughby's father, whose return home from Vietnam left him more scarred and shell-shocked, riddled with PTSD, now demonized by Willoughby, revered as Satan, who was most likely sent off by the family to the nearby penitentiary to get better, but nevertheless got worse in the state pen. It's evident earlier in the album that Willoughby holds a lot of resentment for his father, not wanting to look like him in the portraits that hang up in their family home, but he feels obliged to see them. So that's about Willoughby looking at pictures, family photos
In Nettles.
in the house.
I was wondering what that was
Yeah,
referencing.
me too.
Okay.
But he feels obliged to see him, albeit through gritted teeth and tense knuckles. However, despite holding his candle of amicability towards him, he still views his father as the root of all the evil in his life, a cancer that he just can't seem to remove.
Yeah.
And, but to your point, due to Willoughby's apathy toward his father, even in his current state, Willoughby doesn't care whether he lives or dies, saying that he isn't scared of the knock on the door and by extension the message of death on the other side. Knock, knock, knocking on hell's door.
Stop. Yeah, that's so interesting that now we're kind of getting the backstory of Willoughby's life and them obviously growing up with very different reasons why their fathers were very traumatizing to them.
Yeah.
But
I bet
being
they
able
bonded
to
over that.
exactly of being able to be like, hey, like my dad was terrible to me and he's no longer here, and your dad is terrible to you, and although he's still on this like earthly plane, he is no longer here in your life, which offers you to be able to like maybe relax for a minute. And that must be really nice for Willoughby to experience, but also like I'm sure there's a sense of like utter fucking fear that runs through him if he starts to realize like, holy shit, like I'm just like my dad. And maybe that is where all of this like melancholy and a switch in him started to happen, where he just started getting like very angry like his dad, or maybe he started to, I don't know, display some other key features of his father, and he's like, holy shit, like if I turn into him, like what does that mean for me? And really was trying to settle with those feelings.
Hurt people.
Yeah, everything I loved it straight to death. I'm still scared of that knock on the door. So maybe Ethel has also been a witness to some of Willoughby's dad's like outbursts and things.
Yeah. And then here I took the I know you by your knock on the door, I know you by your footsteps on the floor as like an I know you so intimately that I like feel you coming before you don't have to like say, hey Ethel, like I know it's you. Still she returns back to her own feelings of him, continuing to hold him in the light of her obsessive love, mythologizing him. 5
Words are hard, people. Don't drop out of school.
Mythologizing him and how well she knows him.
Yeah, I honestly interpreted that as maybe Willoughby understanding, like, again, growing up in a very dysfunctional house such as I did, like, I knew if it was my mom or my dad that was coming up the stairs, just based off of how their footsteps sounded.
Yeah.
And when I, obviously with the context before, I was like, oh, is this perhaps Willoughby's dad, and like they're hanging out in his room and like she and he can hear that like his dad is like stomping through the house and they're like kind of like bracing for that and what that looks like. And the next part,
The very last artist note here, you're not scared of no knock on the door, or maybe you are. And for the first time in their relationship, Ethel begins to question herself and whether or not Willoughby is truly the solid pillar of strength that will carry her out of the dark. So this sounds like the very first time Ethel has any doubt in their future or their relationship, going through and seeing, like she obviously feels for Willoughby, experiencing what he's experienced at the hands of his father, but for the first time actually doubting that he will be able to make it out of this, to be able to help her get out of this as well.
Yeah, and maybe that is the entire purpose of this album, is like the pressure that Ethel maybe put on Willoughby of like, hey, like you're my out, like you're my everything, just pouring everything into him, losing Janie, and then that is her only life, is Willoughby, and him just kind of feeling that pressure and kind of like maybe realizing like I can't do this for her, like I love her and I want to save her, but like I just can't do that.
Like I can't do it for myself, how can I do it for her?
Yeah, exactly. And her kind of like realizing like, oh, like he's also traumatized, like he also is struggling, and I kind of knew that, but now I'm realizing that that's not just like a phase or like something that he went through, like this has now forever changed him as a person and shaped him, and what does that look like for our future?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Totally.
Okay.
What is this song called? Radio Towers.
Next song, Radio Towers. Oh, another instrumental.
Third instrumental?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, a harmonica in the background?
Hayden, don't do this to me, girl. Sound like a thunderstorm.
Also kind of 80s synth, a little bit in the background, like a night drive.
I love that she put out Perverts before this. Because this makes so much sense. Oh. Is that Buzzy? Girl, don't play with me.
I don't think it's like flies buzzing, I think it's like static. Sounds very similar. Oh. Bit of a shift.
Love distortion. Oh my
Right
god.
into Tempest. Love a transition.
Do we just want to let it roll?
Let it roll.
Oh my god, I'd love for further. She's giving me everything I love in one album.
There's the 10-minute. Tempest, the 10-minute chunk.
This feels very punished off of Perverts.
The vocals are layered too. There's one level. Like the high harmonies over here and the regulars over here.
I love her for doing something heavy.
This looks so good.
Chills, baby. This song was meant to be experienced live.
Yeah.
just like pulls you right back, and she's like, no girl, we got more. Oh. I almost said clacking in the background.
I was like, what is that pitter patter in that track?
It's
actually Ronnie.
It's our dog.
Whoa.
Listen.
Whoa, dude.
Bold statement. Nettles first, number one.
Yeah.
This has to be my second favorite.
Yeah, this one took me somewhere.
This is poetic.
So sick.
This is insane.
Oof.
It's like what I wanted. It's so like the first song I ever heard from Ethel that obviously grabbed me was Ptolemaea. And like I crave this like doom metal for her because I know that she's so fantastic at pulling that off. And Perverts kind of gave me that, but it was more like droney than. I mean, I've truthfully never listened to really drone music before Perverts introduced me to that, which thankfully loved. But I just like there's this like heaviness that I know she's so good at. Her and her I think it's like her guitarist Matt. Mm-hmm. That I just know he's pulling some riffs. Yeah. He's doing some heavy shit, and I just
letting
love.
It rain.
Is that what you do?
You just you strum a chord and
you just hold it.
Let it sit there.
Oh really? It just keeps going.
Yeah.
Forever?
I mean, not forever.
But as
eventually
long as
you gotta strum it again.
Really?
Depending on how hard you hit it. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Mm-hmm.
But this, I mean, obviously from like the opening line, I'm like, oh, this is about like trying to end your life. And I've said this, I don't even know how many times. Thank God that Hayden was not around when I was a very fragile, early to mid 20s-year-old, because Preacher's Daughter would have wrecked me. And this would have sent me in somewhere. I would have went to Grippy Socks, hotel immediately. This would have sent me over the edge. I would turn this on and probably turn off my phone. You know what I mean? Like, let's read through some of these so we can see exactly what she would like to tell us about this song.
Yeah, so Can You Hear Them? The Trains Willoughby's greatest fear is the weather, something Ethel truly failed to truly understand through her toughened projections of who she thought or needed him to be. So this is the only song on the record written from Willoughby's perspective.
Oh my God, this changes everything.
Yeah.
I thought it was Ethel's perspective.
Yeah, me too.
And this is interesting because I think a year and a half ago, I'm not really quite sure when, Hayden put out some additional merch for Preacher's Daughter, and some of it had like tornadoes and like some other things, but what came along with that merch drop was a picture from a book. She's been writing this book and talking about this book for a very long time, and again, release it, please. But the page from the book that came out was talking about this tornado and this devastation that happened in her small town, and that Willoughby was either caught up in the tornado, and some speculate that he died in the tornado, or perhaps maybe was injured in the tornado. I'm not really sure, but it's interesting now that we're painting the picture of him being so fearful of the weather. And I don't know if the tornado happened when they were younger and now he's developed this fear of the weather, or if he's always had that fear of the weather and then this subsequently ended up happening to him. Very interesting.
Yeah, and that they've had this like kind of in the instrumentals been this kind of thunderstorm like motif that's been happening, and so I wonder if that's connected somehow.
Yeah, the song prior to this that led into this, it sounded almost like what I could imagine, obviously somebody being in like a hospital bed and there being like a giant storm happening outside.
Yeah.
And almost the imagery of somebody like looking out a window at night with like very heavy rain happening, and they're kind of either being something looming in the distance or something dark looming behind them, like something just happening of a very unsettling type of feeling, and to that immediately lead into this is fantastic. And I love that she's writing from his perspective.
Yeah, that's so cool.
So the next part that has writer's notes.
So, do you swing from your neck with the hope someone cares? Swing from your neck being hanging. With the hope someone cares, would someone care if you died? Willoughby taunts Ethel with the same sentiments echoed on Family Tree intro, asking if she wears the curse of her lineage so openly in a bid for sympathy or rescue. So do you put on, or do you talk about wanting to kill yourself so that somebody will tell you not to? And do you make that part of your personality kind of thing?
Or do you like weaponize some of your trauma? Yeah, to like justify certain things, or to be like in this very like woe is me kind of role, because like if you're not sad and traumatized, like who are you? Right? Like that's your whole identity that you've built. Okay, so then the lyrics go on.
I can lead you to bed, but I can't make you sleep very much. Lead the horse to water, we can make you drink. I've heard it before from someone who leaves. Ethel desperately tries to do for Willoughby what she thinks he needs, but she can't truly help him as she's never truly looked at him for what he truly is or what he actually needs. He sees this surface level attempt as echoing the sentiments of his mother, someone who left him and his father years before. Oh, so it's just him and his dad. And his dad is like an abusive PTSD.
Okay, wait, so who's at home with Willoughby when his dad is...
I think no one.
He's just left by himself at like 16? Or maybe he's a little bit older?
Maybe mom left after his dad came back and was all crazy.
Just by himself.
And yeah.
And he's just like, hey, you think you got problems?
Yeah.
Oh, your dad died? Like, oh...
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
You know, and like maybe there was a back and forth discourse of like, I don't know, maybe him obviously being through some really traumatic shit. And obviously Ethel's story is very, very traumatic, but there could be a moment of him like calling her out, of being like, hey, you think your life is really fucking hard? Like, I have nothing. Like, you have your mom that likes you. My mom left. Like, I don't have anything. Like, there's nothing at all. And there's like this sense of despair, maybe this like implode of her not realizing like I don't even see him. Like, I don't even see him for who he is and what he needs. Like, I can't give that to him. Like, maybe there's a realization through this, like, I don't even actually really like him. Like, there's this, or maybe there's like a sense of like him seeing through her so much that she feels like so naked and like so exposed that she's like, oh, I don't like this. Because there might be a world where she feels like I can only save him and he can only save me, and I want him to just like save me. But if he's not convinced at me being this like wounded deer and he doesn't do that, like then what? Then what do I do? You know, like I don't have anything else. Wow. And the kind of like the swirliness and like the repetition. I mean, I figured and I interpret the rest of the lyrics of I still dream of violence, angry at the waiting game. Chain link on your lungs is insane of a lyric. It's almost akin to the iron still fears the rod. Ugh. I need to know, where does she go? I know what she does to get to this place. I know from her lives and some of her videos she's posted. I know what she does to get into this headspace. But where does she... Who allowed this? Where do you get off? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
who told you
allowed
could say
you?
this? Yeah, that's insane of a lyric.
I think with him being so sad at whatever the cause is, whether that be his dad, whether that be what happened at the plant, it's probably an amalgamation of things, right? And that Ethel thought he would be the one to save her, but ultimately she is trying to save him, and so she's like, if I can save him, he can save me. But he's saying in the end of this here, you came around here just to watch me writhe. Am I what you think about all late at night? You can try and stop me, hold me, do all the things that you do, but it's no good. Like it doesn't matter how much you love me.
Yeah, I just don't care.
I hate myself.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to die.
Yeah, there is no, like, he can't even be open enough for her.
Yeah.
And like how devastating that must be to love somebody that is so far gone that like not even your love could save them.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure a lot of people is faced with a lot of partners that maybe deal with a lot of like heavy
For sure.
depression.
For sure.
And like we've gone through that, and
Yeah.
in my very like heavy episodes of just like literally begging and pleading, like, please just like say that it's okay, so I don't have this like thing that's stopping me. And you're like, I don't know how I could say that. Like, I can't do that. Like, I can't sign off on that. And there was a very big part of that like darker period for myself where I was like so resentful towards you because I was just so sad and distraught and so displaced that it was like, okay, well now this person why I'm here, because like I can't check out early. Like I can't check out of life because this is going to destroy this person that I'm with, that I've like built this life with. But I want to do it so desperately, and then that had just turned into like resentment of like, well, I wish that I would have never even started this relationship with this person because then I wouldn't have a reason to like stop. And it's this very like heavy, weird feeling of like loving somebody but also being like, I don't want any of this. Like I this is what I wanted. This is what I willingly signed up for. This is what I wanted my entire fucking life. But now that I have it, like I'm just still fucking sad.
Yeah.
And to be faced with somebody that just like loves you so desperately and you're just like, I don't really fucking even care. You know, like that must be so devastating from the perspective of the other person. I've only experienced being the person that has not wanted to like be here. I've never been on the opposite end of that. And that must like really like fuck with Ethel, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Absolutely.
I absolutely understand why she went on this complete mental break and like vanished from her small town and like just went out into the world and found her very terrible demise. You know?
So I think what we're gonna have in this final track here is an understanding of that separation of what happened with them, because this is definitely a big build up and a lead up in understanding where Willoughby is at.
Yeah.
And so hopefully getting to understand what is the next step here.
Okay. Final song, Waco, Texas.
Song, Waco, TX.
I am,
AKA Texas.
I'm kind of sad. I don't want it to be over.
Yeah, I know.
I don't want the journey to end already.
Willoughby.
I wish. Damn. All right, play the song. Play the song.
Damn.
I will say the song is devastatingly beautiful as well. me do that.
'Cause I'd rather die than be anything but your girl.
Oh my god.
I never meant to hurt you, but somehow I knew I would. Will it be like this forever, I'd reach into your body and fix you if I could. Will it feel like this forever,
not the piano. I swear to God, I can't do it.
Does that seem like some Beach Boys piano?
Televangelism.
Televisions. Ends in a major, so it resolves. Oof. I was not expecting that. Oh my god. Wow. Wow.
I think I.
Give me a second. Go. Right now. Wow, okay. Holy shit. So.
Can we just like. I'm so sad.
Yeah. I know. I think I understand what happened.
Well, I think in the same way that like. It's so crazy. I never thought that I'd be crying like this on the internet. In the same way that like I think I like mourned this character Ethel Cain during Preacher's Daughter, and now I'm like mourning the relationship of these two people. They're like obviously these like made up people, but it's just like so devastating because I think we've all been here. I didn't think that the song was gonna wreck me like this did. That's crazy. But go on. I'm just pulling myself together.
So they obviously had some trials and tribulations, right? And I think Ethel had seen Willoughby through these rose-colored glasses, and maybe didn't understand how deep his trauma had cut him, and had hoped that he would be able to be her savior, and then without like kind of unknowingly fell into, oh, I actually need to be his savior, and Willoughby not being in a place to accept that help,
Like receive that,
because he was very deep in his own stuff, and that ultimately being the root of what ended their relationship. And I think a line that really stuck out to me so hard is that, yeah, you've changed, but did I ever know you, or did I hold you facing away from me? So the like, oh, I feel like I'm being presented a different person than I actually fell in love with, but actually realizing that he's always been the same person. I mean, he didn't really present himself to be anything different. It just, I never necessarily saw you for who you really were, and all the struggles you were really going through, and how
like I
it
have this
affected
idea of who you are in my mind, and like you're just not that person. And that realization is like so difficult because like really, what do you do for that?
And that being portrayed so beautifully here. So so good. Asking so many different times too, do you hate me? Do you hate me? Because she lives with this guilt that she couldn't make it work for the rest of her life. Right? So she's always blaming herself for the fact that this couldn't work, even though he has told her, like, hey, this can't work, and it'll never be the way that you want it to be.
Like this isn't about you.
It's not about you. This is about me. But Ethel takes it on herself, and maybe that's a manifestation of her insecurities as well, of like, oh, I lost the thing that would be able to fix me, therefore it must be because I'm broken.
Yeah.
Like that realization that's so, there's just so much to that.
Well, I also think there's a part of like romanticizing somebody and like wanting something to work so desperately with somebody that you almost like lie to yourself in the process, right?
Yeah,
like you maybe things are like super angelic and beautiful in the beginning, and you know, like growing up in next door neighbors or whatever have you, whatever proximity that they are to each other, and her just like hopelessly and deeply falling in love with this boy, and him then returning that and then realizing like, oh, you're just this person that I created, like you were just this like story that I told myself as a way to get out, and I was using you as a form of escapism from my current reality, and I just wanted this to work so desperately because like I just did not know what to do. Like I couldn't stay here. I don't want to live in my body. Like I don't want to be this person. I hate my upbringing. I hate what's happened to me. I just like I don't know what to do. And it would make perfect sense for this to be the ending point that led her to then leave.
Yeah.
Because very much so like this, like, yeah, I too ran. Like, I was just like, okay, this isn't going to work. I'm going to go. And that led to years of additional trauma. And this story, other than growing up in a small town and loving a boy that I grew up with, those two things aside, like this is my life.
So yeah.
It's insane.
You haven't been eaten yet, so that's still, the rest is still unwritten.
Oh my God, stop. Let's go through some more of these lyrics because they're just fantastic. This whole song, I mean, ending an album on a 15-minute song is crazy.
Yeah.
But I feel like I almost needed longer.
Yeah, right?
That's so crazy to say, but I genuinely feel like this could have been a 30-minute song, and it's still I would be wanting more.
To me, I bled till I cried till I felt I might die. That is like the emotional pain that you put onto yourself after the relationship ends, of running through all the things you should have done, and how you ruined it, how you made him leave, you know, kind of thing. And to put yourself through hell is the only way that you can be known like you should.
Yeah.
And then Willoughby obviously said this to her, that you can wait for me if you want, but it'll never be good enough like you want to believe it is.
And then to follow that up with a callback with obviously the line that gutted me, but I still believe in Nebraska dreaming, because I'd rather die than be anything but your girl. She's so messed up for that.
So messed up.
She wrote that and she said this is gonna slaughter them. This is going to
Armageddon.
This is going to ruin their lives. And that might be a part of some of the original lyrics. I'm not sure.
In a now deleted Tumblr post, Ethel also said the following about Waco, Texas.
Her Tumblr. Oh God.
She deleted her whole Tumblr?
Yeah.
Damn.
I know. Bring it back. That was my favorite way to communicate with her.
Yeah.
And my favorite, she would just, that and her art page on her Instagram was my just favorite. Oh my God.
As Ethel and Willoughby fall in love, they find themselves blinded to the rest of the world for a while, captivated by each other and thinking that love could keep them safe. But eventually the real world comes knocking and everything goes up in flames. Additionally, the line after is almost certainly a self-referential nod to a house in Nebraska, which was an abandoned house in native Alabama, which they imagined to be in Nebraska as a means of escapism. This also serves as a reference to the fourth track on the album, Nettles, where Ethel and Willoughby sit in the room together for old time's sake. Where I lay with you in that auld-lang room, wishing I was the way that you say you are. Man. Oh, this, I never meant to hurt you, but somehow I knew I would. Will it be like this forever? I'd reach into your body and fix you if I could.
Bars.
And then continue the refrain of, will I feel like this forever? Are you angry? Do you hate me? Darling, time may forgive me, but I won't. I'll never forgive myself.
Yeah, she'll never get over this relationship. She'll never get over it. She'll think about
always love him.
Yeah, it's so sad.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish the story was perfect actually. And she was like, haha, just kidding. Like, that was just a bad dream that Ethel had.
Yeah, right.
Like, could you imagine if she opened up this album and it just was like her like waking up from a dream of like everything that
That was
happened
your preacher's daughter.
in Preacher's Daughter, and it didn't actually happen.
It was all a dream.
Oh my god. And so I knew this was going to be the inevitable end. I did not think that it was going to gut me in this type of way. But
incredible.
That's
incredible
love.
work from our girl.
Willoughby Tucker, I will always love you.
I will always love this album.
I will always love this album.
Tell you what.
I will always love your love story. Yeah, and I just wish both of them could have been saved. It's very sad. I want to know what happened to Willoughby.
I know. He left.
I know he left, but where'd he go? Did he just
Where did he
end
go?
up with some girl and...
Never mind.
Stop.
I was going to make it.
Stop.
You already know it.
No, that's 3 in a row. You can't do that.
God,
That's
nah, Joe.
within a 5-minute
Alright.
joke. But thanks for going on this journey with us. Thanks for crying with me, if you cried with me. Thank you for watching this and participating with us and experiencing this. I did want to mention this piece of work here. This is an original art piece, and I also have an original art piece of Preacher's Daughter. This was done by a fantastic artist that is based out of Italy. She's wonderful. I found her for the Preacher's Daughter original. Actually, do you want to go grab it really quick? So I found her for the original Preacher's Daughter artwork, and I asked to purchase it. And then when Willoughby Tucker's album was announced and released and the album art was gone, I asked her, here, I'll see. Oh, you're going to put on your headphones first. I asked her to do Willoughby for me. And she is fantastic. She is so kind. She's so sweet. And I commissioned her to do this. And I do believe she is selling prints. And so I will put all her info below. I wanted to make sure to give her recognition because this is now something that is like, I think about if the house were to burn down, what would be the couple things that I would grab first. And I feel like these would be one of it. But I'm just like so honored to be able to like hold this and hang this on my wall forever. So if you want, I will put, or if you choose or would like to go and check her out, I will put all her TikToks and links and stuff down below. Links to our TikTok and our Instagram down below. Those are the only social media platforms that I think we will be posting little tidbits on for now. But yeah, I just want to thank you for going on this journey with us and being a part of our very first video.
Yeah.
This was like such a treat. And yeah, I'm excited to see what other music we get into.
100%.
Yeah, and what other stuff we can listen to. Did you have anything else to add?
No. Yeah, this was such a treat. We have been looking forward to this album for many, many, many months.
Yeah.
Looking forward to seeing it live in a week and a half or so.
Yes, we will be at the Phoenix show. And then we will also be traveling to Europe again to see her perform in Switzerland and in Spain because I am crazy and that's what I'm gonna do. So thanks so much. Yeah, thanks so much for joining us. Thank you, Hayden, for changing my life yet again and giving me something else to never shut up about because I thought I was bad with Preacher's Daughter, but now it's just gonna be like, oh, okay, now once you get through that, come back and find me and then we'll continue the story. So yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful night or day or whenever you're watching this, and thanks for joining us.
Thanks so much.
All right,
Take care.
bye.